Day 6, and I'm still tired. All right, I'll start off with a funny story, but it wasn't funny at the moment that I discovered it. But basically, I left my sliding glass door open against the instruction on the door. I must have forgot when I went to a workshop. I came back, my room was tossed. Everything in my room was gone through, like someone, like, you know, the FBI came in and just tossed my room, right? It was a baboon. Couldn't believe it. Yep. So we were warned, and my lesson learned. And I think he took my favorite crystal, which was in a leather pouch with a sack that Anna had made for me a long time ago. And I put my favorite crystal in there that Joel and I had found in Los Angeles. It's really unfortunate, but in any case, and those of you who don't know who Anna is, she's my ex-wife. And amazingly gifted at making arts and crafts, and she had this beautiful leather necklace, and now it's gone. Anyway, let's move on. All the room is back in order. Okay, so I slept 12 hours, almost 12 hours last night. Only woke up once. My blood pressure, resting heart rate, O2 is all pretty much the same, so it's pretty even, Steven. My weight is 65 kilos, 144 pounds. And I lost about 1 kilo, which is 2 pounds from the day before. My total weight loss after being here, starting on January 17th, I think, has been 6.5 kilos and 14, so I'm down 14 pounds, which is in alignment with about 1 kilo, well, about 2 pounds a day across the board, everything I've read. All right, so let's get into it. Today I'm going to talk about what can be healed in the body from water-only fasting. Okay, it's a myriad of different things, but I'm going to go over the most effective from what all I've researched, and basically some intriguing clinical trials have revealed that these are the most effective. These items I'm going to list off. Number 1, hypertension, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. Amazing. And usually it's associated with obesity. And by the way, the sun, when it hits the body, it makes cholesterol, and then the cholesterol turn into nutrients, of which the best one is, obviously, most people know, is vitamin D. Super critical on a fast too. Which is why, if you're going to fast, you go somewhere warm. All right, number 2, diabetes. Diabetes type 2, most effective, and typically does not reverse. You're cured. Type 1, they don't say so much, but it still is possible, but it must be under supervision. Highly recommended. Part of the reason why type 1 diabetes is because there's so much cardiovascular disease in their constant high blood sugar levels. What it does is that corrodes the vessels. So dropping the levels of sugar in the blood allows the body to focus on the healing without having to deal with the corrosive arteries from the effects of sugar at the same time. So it is effective, type 1, but it must be supervised. Number 3, skin issues and skin tone. Amazing. All eczema, psoriasis, rashes, bumps, disappears and heals. All right, number 4, obesity, which I've mentioned before, but I can't emphasize it enough. It's the most effective for obesity. You lose 2 pounds a day. Sometimes in larger individuals, you're going to lose more, especially if you have some light to moderate exercise with it. Because long-term effects on the metabolism, the fat stores in the body, and leptin, and other diseases associated with obesity, it is hands down the most effective. So, number 5, cardiovascular disease, heart disease, chronic, congestive heart failure, the triglycerides go down, blood pressure normalizes, and total cholesterol normalizes. So, very effective for that. 6, if you have any problems with your pancreas, pancreatitis, it's incredible for that. Number 7, osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis. Any arthritis, bones and joint problems, incredible. It's a natural anti-inflammatory when you fast, and it goes inside the bones and the joints, and it eats up all that little, whatever those crusty things that are growing in between, causing you pain. It just consumes it. All right, number 8, autoimmune, like lupus and rosacea. I don't know if I said that right, but and I'm not sure if I have an immune. I've never been diagnosed with an immune problem, but it sure feels like since 3 years ago my immune's been low. So super effective for autoimmune diseases. Number 9, severe toxic contamination. So if you're working like in a plant, aluminum plant, or and your toxic levels are super high, all you need is about 7 to 10 days, and it's very effective for that. You've been contaminated with other things as well. Yeah, the kidneys do a great job in cleaning you out, and the liver. All right, number 10, poor immune system. So this is definitely my category. What happens during a fast for immune system is that the levels of macrophage, I think I'm saying that, macrophage activity goes up. Also what goes up is immune, see if I can see this right, immunoglobulin levels increase. Neutrophil bacteria activity increases, which is very evident in my blood test that came out with the doc here. He said, yeah, you have neutrophil. And in fact, when the it's abscessing, right? And so we tested that, and neutrophils were really high. So it's clearly happening. And monocyte killing, that goes up, and natural killer cell activity. So very good for poor immunes. And by the way, this is going down a little bit each day, as I mentioned before. As you can see, it's the bump started here 2 years ago, and then started expanding 6 months after that, and is going all the way up to the bottom of the year. So it's a long growth here that's the body's attacking right now. The immune's probably super attacking it extremely rapidly. So it feels better every day. It's abscessing every day after I go in the sun or put some heat on it. So far so good. All right, so number 11, depression. Any psychosis, neurosis, schizophrenia, anything like that. It's incredible. If you watch that documentary, you'll know that the Russians discovered that by accident, and that's why they did 40 years of research on it. It cures depression. So it just completely normalizes the body levels of where it should be. And that's in alignment with a spiritual and emotional cleanse as well, because you're getting both. Or I shouldn't say both, all three. Physical, spiritual, and emotional. It's a cleanse for all three. All right, number 12. Basically, I'm going to list all the rest because there's so many, and I don't want to keep going on and on. So basically, varicose veins, varicose ulcers, fibromyalgia, IBS, anything to do with the gut, asthma, hay fevers, allergies, and hives, extremely effective. Duodenal ulcers, uterine fibroids, intestinal parasites, gout, MS, and insomnia. Those are just a few. There's probably several more, but these are the highlights that basically saying that from in these clinical trials that have been done and recorded, that all of these conditions were reversed and did not return in most cases. Cancer prevention, which is number 13. Intermittent fasting, which probably is becoming really popular. A lot of you know about it. I'm going to save that for another day because that's a whole other subject. And cancer itself, whole nother subject for another day. All right. Thanks for your support. Hope you guys are learning something. If you have questions, ask in the comments, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 7.